Hella cats, they said podcast, the podcast for energy. For energy, podcast for energy. Hella cats, they said podcast, ain't gonna be fair, no hold back. Energy, planted the by every basis of all. Hella cats are gonna show you the way. Podcast for the people, we fly high with energy. Society and the remedy. Hellacast, community, reality, we stick it together as a nation. Hellacast, passion, podcast for fashion. We do it now with the real youth.
Welcome to the Reactor. This is the best place to learn about energy. So today's topic, it's going to be on top fives. You know, there's that thing, that top five MCs, you gotta remind. So this is the top five, number 1 to 5. Who are the best scientists of all time? Old schools, the textbook old school guys. So that's what we're talking about today, guys. Welcome to today's episode. It's gonna be fun. By the way, I'm still Tabiso. Bampita Ramwane Tabiso. Pie in the energy mix.
Hi guys, Kinda Peño, aka the last born.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel.
Hi, this is my YouTube channel.
Welcome to my YouTube channel.
There's Buddha platform.
100 million
Subscribers.
Yeah.
Hi guys, this is Buddha here, still Buddha, aka Smuda.
Oh, we can't say holo anymore, right?
Yeah, that one might be
He's
copyright.
taking that
It's
one.
a copyright.
So you might say hola.
Hola.
Highly.
Highly.
Yes, bro, what did you say? No, it's Buddha, yours is highly.
It will be soon.
They will
Yeah,
see
no,
me.
don't.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
I
say
don't
that.
have favorite king.
Yeah, no.
Favorite king is going around
Oh.
these days.
You need that money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And behind the scenes, by the way, we still got Tebza. Tebzeric.
The invisible one.
Yeah.
Hi guys. I'm still here with the group. I'm still here with enjoying, the podcast with the group. So if you don't see me in front of the camera, it's because I'm behind the camera.
It's almost the big brother.
Yes, definitely.
All right, so we got top 5 today. So the best scientists, scientists should be celebrated like almost like celebrity level. You know what I'm saying? So me, I agree with that. I can call it synchronization between what we call celebrities and scientists. Equally so, it shouldn't be something within the ambit of scientists or the science, group there to say, I know this one, I don't know that one. It should be, everybody should know about them. So basically, we've got lists. We've compiled our own list. Nobody knows each other's lists, so I've compiled my own 20 list, and then I'm gonna be random on my list.
It's gonna be fun.
So it's gonna be super fun. Pena has her own list. Spuda has got his own list. So let's just go through them from 1 to 5. Debs will tell us whether we're doing good or not, and then from after everything else, and then we'll say, okay, this is our list, top 5. Yeah.
Mr. Pat, before we move on to the list, you raised something very interesting in terms of the juxtaposition of the word scientist, the name scientist or the word scientist, and a celebrity.
Yes.
In your view, what constitutes a celebrity? And viewing it from the light of kids today like to be inspired by something that they can see. So, and you mentioned something that scientists should be celebrated, and by virtue of that, they should be celebrated.
Yeah.
What would make a scientist a celebrity in your view?
Wow, that's an interesting one. I guess it's almost a subjective thing. Somebody may consider. I think there's one song when somebody says, "I am rich." Like, what's your richness? My richness is my happiness, and somebody's richness can be monetized. Rents and dollars,
Yeah.
nairas and dollars. Yeah,
And the
no.
Nairas.
Yeah, Penyo, you know, she's
did you
into
put
she's into the tracks,
Yeah.
the nice tracks, the African tracks.
Yes.
She can probably tell us one or three
Wait.
songs, top 5 songs in Africa.
I don't
Yes,
know.
definitely.
I don't know.
I
that.
agree
All I know
with
is
that.
calm down.
Ah, okay.
You guys should
Which
see
one?
Penyo's playlist.
Oh man,
Then you'll know what we're talking about.
it's very much representative.
Yes, I like that.
So yeah, you were saying what is not Africa, celebrities, right?
Yes.
So for me, I think celebrities are people. It just goes with the name, to be celebrated.
Yes.
And sometimes celebrated can also be, in modern times, celebrated people are almost linked to people who are always in the media space. So people who are always out there, put on the video, and they are in the news, or in some soapy, and then they can be regarded as celebrities. So for me, I think the definition should be slightly broad, in a sense that within how I consider somebody that I can look up to. For me, I think that's the key element of a celebrity, somebody that you can idolize and look up to. I think the famous politician that we've had of all time, for me, I think that's Madiba. He himself was a celebrity, and for me, that's almost that Einstein would be a celebrity. Let's say, maybe in the top 5.
Me, definitely in the top 5.
We shall find out.
We'll find out.
The Elon Musk, for example, for me, he's a celebrity. So everybody that we can celebrate, that we can idolize, somebody that we can put up there as a model that we can follow.
Okay.
For me, that's a scientist.
Yeah.
That's a celebrity.
That's a celebrity.
There's a what do you call it?
Synonymity.
Synonymity. Synonyms.
Yes.
Scientist, celebrity.
Yeah.
Okay. It's
Yeah.
not a punchline, by the way.
But I like that. I really like that, because we should actually be comfortable enough within the realm of science to have our own people that we regard as the best models to follow, as you put it. So no, I like how you view it.
Yeah.
I really like how you view it. That maybe kids will have something to aspire to,
You know what I mean?
and then stop thinking of a scientist as somebody who is mad, has glasses,
Yes,
and a lab coat.
You know what I mean? I forgot to bring mine.
We should have brought one, actually.
As if I have one.
I can always find one. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Over to you.
Yeah. So I've got my list. Penyo has a list. Spusa has his list as well. So we'll probably start with Penyo's list, because she's sitting in the middle. So.
And she's the youngest one. Last
She's
born.
the lead.
Yes.
She's the
last
lead.
born. Oh,
The most
yes.
important is
Yes,
she's the lady.
yes, yes.
The leader.
That's
the Mbogo.
yeah, lady. You know,
Yes.
lady leader.
A
So
lady.
much pressure.
Show leader.
So
Our
much
leadership.
pressure.
Show leader.
Leaders.
Anyway, so my list there. I naturally base this list more on, it's more opinion based than what the internet or what everyone says, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to go by a certain rule, like publications or their fan base or how popular they are, whatever. But it's opinion based, like I say. Anyway, so I'm gonna name them from 5 to 1. So my number 5. You all ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
So my number 5.
We're born ready.
Number 5 is Pythagoras, and he was.
Hey, I almost thought you said Python.
Then I had something.
Pythagoras.
Who's that now?
Pythagoras of Samos.
Okay.
Right. But anyway, so number 5 is Pythagoras, and so the criteria that we are following is to rate them based on their impact, their popularity, discovery, changing the world, and if they are worthy to be included in the GOAT conversation, like greatest of all time conversation. So, in terms of impact, as we all know, well, assuming that we all know, but I chose him because he just brought to light this theorem that the a squared plus b squared equals to c squared, essentially, which is defined by the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of other sides. Yes, the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other sides. Sure. And then in terms of the impact, I would say on a scale of 1 to 5, I'd give him a 3. I'd give him a 3 solely based on the fact that he didn't really discover this this theorem, because the Babylonians had already been using it 1,000 years prior. So he was just more shedding light on it than him actually discovering it. And then popularity. Buhari, so he's a fraud. Where?
It's not the one.
It's not the one.
Anyway, his popularity, like I said, is just shedding light on the theorem, right? Discovery, it's man. He was just facilitating. Yeah. And then in terms of changing the world, I believe he made important developments in the mathematics world, the astronomy, and the theory of music. And then, is he worthy to be included in the good conversation? I'd say yes. On a scale of 1 to 5, 2. I'd give him a solid 2. Okay, so number four goes to Mr. Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Please ask.
Is it, maybe can we like drop all our names and then we get to that? Yeah.
Okay.
So your top. Okay, you drop your first 5. Your first.
My first name.
Your first name.
Yes, my number 5.
Yeah.
So
I drop.
Number 5.
Yeah.
We all
Oh.
drop
And then we
all
run.
right.
We all dropping
Drop
And then we
drop
continue.
your EP
Because yeah. Mine is.
then. Your number 5.
Who? Yashisa. Ice. The best.
The best one.
really
Number
best.
5.
You're already starting.
I'm the best.
dropping himself.
Aha.
We are
Are you ready? The main guy, Erwin Schrödinger.
Yo. My head is back in university.
That's my number 5.
Ay.
Say what? It's good as your turn.
Okay.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough act to follow. That
He's
one.
pulling up stats already.
If the number 5 is Schrödinger,
You're already fighting. Most.
Hey,
Yeah, the pie is fighting.
Ah,
Crabs
yeah,
is
let me
fighting.
see.
I'm winning.
Yeah, you're
Let me
fighting.
put out my card and
Pull out
see
your best one.
if I can top you.
Let's pull out your best one. dude.
Okay, okay, guys. My number 5 basically went for the lady who never got credit, Rosalind Franklin,
Who's that?
Rosalind Franklin is a physical chemist by profession. However, she is well known for in physical chemistry. She did X-ray crystallography, studying diffraction patterns.
Yeah.
So she did diffraction pattern studies at the chemistry side and the biology side. So she was very instrumental in the discovery of the shape of the DNA, the helical shape. A diffraction pattern was what inspired Watson
and
Crick
Wow.
for them, because I would say
Those guys.
essentially cheated.
They're the F word. They frauded
They
her.
frauded them the Nobel Prize.
So they are your Pythagoras. Those-
Yeah.
The fraud, you see, because she did not get the credit,
It's just tough.
it's and in the science community, it's always that debate.
Yeah. So her name is Rosalind Franklin.
Franklin,
Yes.
yeah, she's a physical chemist.
Wow.
There's a famous X-ray diffraction pattern. I think it's called photo 51 or something.
not photosynthesis.
Photograph
Oh,
51.
Photograph 51, yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay.
not photosynthesis.
That's
Yeah,
what
and I think that diffraction pattern is what inspired Emma Watson and Crick, to actually propose the double helix shape of DNA,
Oh.
which is really pioneered today's.
I think it's one of the most famous diagrams or
I
symbols.
mean,
The helix
the helix
DNA.
shape
Double
of
helix,
DNA.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the impact is there.
Yeah.
The impact is
Can you actually explain to us your number 5? Schrodinger, we can't assume people know.
The only thing I know of Schrodinger is the cat.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's
it.
the
Yeah,
only
it's
thing.
the
Poor
Yeah,
cat,
boss.
It's the best cat.
In the
poor
box.
Yeah. We're talking about cats. This is the biggest cat. So there's no other, there's no need to explain. Guys, there's no need to explain this thing. Almost.
Schrodinger's
Okay, guys,
cat.
Schrodinger, ne? It's like, okay, in basketball we got Schroeder. I think it's Schroeder. Yeah. So this guy, he was an Australian. Okay, he was a physicist. He was in the field of thermodynamics, general relativity. You know that general relativity is like you are moving but you are not moving. It's almost like when you are in a car, another car is like moving, and then you think you are the one moving, but there's the other car next door. So that's relativity. That's theory of relativity. Thermodynamics is like, like the temperature, like going up and down inside the machine. That's thermodynamics. So basically,
You will hear who majored in physics.
statistical
You will
mathematics.
hear.
Statistical mathematics
Yeah.
is
Broke.
is the statistics
It
in
broke
the engine. So,
Yo! How that section broke me,
guys,
guys.
you see, when you did the course, I
you
don't
already
know
did it
if I did it.
You forgot.
I forgot. I must be honest, guys. If you ask me any question in statistical mathematics, please, the answer is the textbook. Guys.
I'll get back to you.
Yeah,
later.
you know what I mean. So Schrodinger was famous with the experiment in quantum mechanics called the cat in a box. So basically, it even transcends deep this thing. So it's almost like saying, how he explains this is that if a cat is inside the box, you don't know whether the cat is alive until you open the box to see it. So it's almost like you don't know what your girlfriend is doing until you get there.
and you find that.
And you find
So
it
it's a cat in the box.
opening the door.
You
for
know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like even for me, they don't. But me,
You are the cat in the
At
box.
least I'm visible. You can see.
You have camera.
I'm on camera.
You can't tell what the director.
Hey,
So that's hence I'm saying the theory. I think it's applicable even in nature. So meaning, reality in your mind is as real as what you can see.
Yes.
That which you think about in the past and in future, it's only in your memory. So that's almost like cat in a box, So for me, this guy, he's the father of.
Amar science is
he's
cool,
the
Chief.
father of thinking.
See what you said again about the mind and the
mind,
past and
yeah.
past.
So
The
what-
past. How we must
we
write
drop
that
it
down.
Jules.
Ah,
We
yeah,
drop
yeah,
it
yeah,
Jules,
yeah.
yeah.
Ah, we must write that down, man.
It's very
It's very
interesting.
profound.
I will write it.
Now
We'll
we'll
write
write
it.
this thing. No. We're gonna have a paper out of
So
it.
guys, you see,
It
so,
must be it, it must be science.
it's here, guys. You can see.
Yeah, no. No, but that was powerful.
Yeah, so I think that's how I can motivate my guy here. So, but from the 5 that we discussed, probably this guy, he can be in the zone of number 5. But I think from what you said, man, and what Spuda said, I would put her on number 5, frankly. Marilyn Franklin.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Pythagoras,
He
I
falls
think
off.
he's.
He's a fraud.
No,
No, don't.
What do you mean the two bro?
But that's your guy. You heard
No,
that?
essentially.
No, I think. Sorry, if I may, Pythagoras should be number 3, in my opinion, because this guy, when the Egyptians they built those
The
pyramids, what theories do you think they were using?
They knew.
I don't know,
It's
but-
not a matter of theory, though. He just publicized it.
Yeah,
He
but I'm
just
just
put it on
He's an
paper.
influencer.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's very famous. From Python to Pythagoras, you know. I mean, these days, if you don't have a Python, you're playing.
Yeah,
Not
in
to take away
trouble.
from his work, you
Yeah,
know,
in-
but
True. Yes, we're not taking
for
away
top
from his
five,
work, but also he has made meaningful contributions
Yeah.
towards the mathematics field
Yeah,
and
for sure.
the physics field.
Yeah.
So, but in this instance, all I'm saying, the fact that I'm saying it, he's fraud, is just that now when you actually think about it, because I was even telling Spoo that I think somebody might just fall off my list. I was literally thinking about it because when I thought about him, I had just thought about the theorem and solely that and I felt that it's so impactful because I got to learn and understand and actually be inquisitive about mathematics when I started learning about the Pythagorean theorem then. Sure, it's not my stronghold, it's not my strong point, but yeah, all I'm saying is that I don't think I will ever forget the theorem. That's
Yeah.
why he actually made it on my list, and that's why I also mentioned that it's purely based on opinion.
In every kid's list, that guy is the guy. You know, is the father of shapes. From curves
True.
to whatever. Is the father of shapes. If the TV is your curve TV, there must be a Pythagoras first before the curve TV. You know what I mean? So I would say this guy, and I know maybe I'm speaking all like whatever garbage, but I think this guy should be like Boma number 3. Number like this guy is powerful. So
I don't know about number 3.
I'll
Maybe
keep him
he
at
could.
number 5.
Yes,
okay,
we
let's
can
keep it
him
number
at
5. But now the lady you mentioned, I would say she's also there in that conversation.
Then maybe she might knock out any of the other upcoming ones.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
agree that our number 5s remain in that pool of number 5s. We don't take out anybody yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll start
That's
looking
how
people,
it
I think,
is.
after.
That's how it is. I'm looking forward to see how the list actually get
Aye,
meaner
aye,
as we
aye.
go up.
Okay,
Let's go,
okay,
let's go,
okay,
Mr.
let's go,
Pike.
let's
Give
go.
us another one. Give us
Another
another
one.
one. Who's the player?
I don't
Who's
know
the
what to
player?
see.
It's getting hot.
It's just too much. Ish, guys, I don't know. You know.
Let me see my cards.
Hey,
Who are you coming with? Yes, she said.
Stephen Hawking.
All
Stephen
right, all right,
Hawking.
all right.
He's the guy who came up with the theories of the black hole. You know.
And Mr.
Okay, I
Pai is
don't know.
definitely
You are definitely fighting.
he's fighting.
You know, this
Aye,
guy,
Guys,
man,
blazing.
he's an inspiration, not just for young scientists, but for people of all ages and
Yeah,
professions.
yeah.
While he was largely known for his success in popular science, a form of science literature intended for the general public, Hawking made several important contributions to general relativity in the theories of singularity. You know, there's this theory they say from something to from nothing to something. And then he went into the theories of dark matter.
Yeah.
So dark matter is like, it's actually matter, but matter that you can't, it's within another universe and stuff like that. So if you talk about guys who are talking about different dimensions, you know, different, I mean, this universe, you know, there's movies about universes traveling from, you know, time traveling.
So the
through
concept
a
of
wormhole
a
and
multiverse.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is the guy.
Yeah.
So unfortunately,
Guys,
I don't know.
I don't know who you have, but
don't know.
Mr. Pai, no, he's fighting. You know, Mr. Pai, it's very interesting that he's on your list. For me, more than a scientist, you know, he represents, you know, the human spirit in terms of conquering. I mean, look at the
Tenacity.
limitations that this guy
Tenacity.
physically has,
Yeah.
but you know, mentally he's a juggernaut. There's nothing. No, he's up there with the best.
Yeah.
You know, so that human spirit, that willingness to fight, that comes with that gift. I think it was a good pick.
Yeah.
I really think it was a good pick. But why not? Why is he not in the top 3? Who do you have,
So,
Mr. Pai? Who do you have?
right,
What's in your
right,
arsenal?
too much.
You guys,
Too much.
you're missing out here. Mr. Pai is fighting shit.
Yeah,
He's
no.
bringing out the best stuff.
Okay. Ma'am, what do you want to?
It's the
I have a
best
gem
giving
to
me.
drop here.
You can drop it,
I
Jay.
have a gem to drop.
You can drop it.
Okay.
Drop
I
it.
can drop it. Okay. Number 4. I have a French guy,
Yeah.
Louis Pasteur.
Alala. Alala.
Louis Pasteur.
We know a hospital by that name.
Yeah, no, somewhere in PT.
For those who don't know,
in the
please,
north.
please,
Yeah.
school
I
us,
mean,
school
there,
us.
there are
Who's
several
this guy?
hospitals around the world.
Yeah,
Not
well
only
known
in
because
BT.
of this guy.
Definitely.
Because
yeah.
of this guy.
Yeah.
He's popular in the field of medical biology, microbiology. I think his famous work, if you know milk, if you heard of pasteurization.
It's
Yeah.
Pasteurization.
Pasteurization.
Yeah.
That is him.
Right.
That is him.
The father of the
Ultra pasteurized
yeah.
milk.
Ultra man, you know Scotland. Father of the Scotland.
You see,
He was
so
dropping
this guy is a pioneer in the fields of medical biology, but mostly he was more interested in medical asymmetry. That is where he basically contributed in that sense. And by the way, he himself was not a biology person; he was a chemistry person. But he contributed a lot in the field of medical or medicine in general.
As Buddha is fighting.
So this guy is a pioneer in a lot of fields. In virology, he's there.
Yeah.
And at some point, just reading about him, there was that pushback from biologists because he was a chemist. A lot of his proposals, there was a thing that because he's from this field and he's making discoveries in this field,
It's like,
so there was
it's like from
general
hip hop to
acceptance.
Amapiano.
You see,
Definitely.
And
Then you become
come-
a star.
Yeah.
you become
now
a
I
star
see.
there, you see. So
Yeah.
It's like the Alakai.
Yeah,
you
they say you
went and
must
showed
go
on
to
the
hip
other
hop.
side, you see. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
You
thing.
see,
That's a
yeah.
good thing.
So in some of his discoveries, he's actually a prompt to have saved the French beer and wine industry because he worked on the fermentation. He did a lot of work on fermentation. So he also contributed a lot in modern day beer and wine making based on his research. And I give him props for that also.
As Buddha, if
Yeah,
that guy was
because
involved
beer
in
and wine-
beer and wine, I would rate him number one.
That's what I'm thinking.
Why
It's the
not number one?
At the end of the day.
Yeah. So yeah, I got the
Only
guy.
on
And
this.
he also has a lot of discoveries, in terms of vaccines. Like he was also looked. He also did some research in viruses. So
This COVID thing would be nothing.
yeah. So
This guy.
I think for him for anthrax and what is it and rabies,
Yes.
he's there. So he made quite significant discoveries.
But isn't it anthrax is this thing that's it's almost like a poison or
The
something?
powder.
Is yeah. So
Yeah,
it's the guy who
yeah,
came up with this
yeah.
thing.
So he's there, he's the man.
I know he's the main man.
Aisha, no,
I
And,
agree.
and versatility for me,
Yes,
Yeah.
I was gonna say that. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, your guy is not only brilliant in one,
Yeah, I know.
stream,
This
but
guy
he's,
is a
he's yeah. Then why number 4? Why number 4 is Buddha? Who do you have in your arsenal? If that's your number
Hey.
4,
I had to do some.
I'm afraid.
it's getting hot. It's getting
Cabinet
hot.
reshuffle.
No, it's getting hot. No,
Have a
it's
new
getting hot, it's
ministry
getting
there.
hot. Yeah. Also, because Mr. Five pulled out, Tubbs pulled out a heavy gun. When are you
like,
thinking
nah.
you must pull out a heavy
See,
gun?
we are playing, people are fighting.
No, guys, no.
Then it means you have to.
This is getting hot.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
getting
war.
hot. Yeah, it's getting hot. It's getting hot. I like the list. I like the list.
I can see the
Yeah.
lady, the pressure,
Because no, it's almost like the goalpost has been shifted.
Yeah.
It's not even shifted; it has been
It's
flung out.
been blown out of the water.
It's paramount.
These guys are in the stratosphere already, and they still have
But it's fine.
three people to vote.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll still back up my people.
Yeah.
Back them up.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah. So okay, for number 4, I have Miss Catherine Johnson.
Catherine, who?
Catherine
Who is that?
Johnson.
Amen.
Not the 100-meter one.
Yeah.
No,
she's
Sounds like a singer.
Well,
Guys, give the lady the opportunity to blow
want
your
some
mind.
Olympics,
she did well.
Oh,
Not
Olympic
necessarily
or what? Or
Olympic.
Nobel Prize.
She won the mathematics Olympic, but anyway, I'm like,
Huh?
so she's a
Oh,
mathematician.
you
right?
had us going.
I thought maybe
I
she
had us
has
going.
also run.
No, okay. If you listen to what she has actually done, then you could easily equate it to the Olympics of mathematics, right? So she's a mathematician by profession. She's an African. She's an African woman, African American, and she essentially worked towards essentially getting the NASA project or the NASA rocket ship, to be able to orbit around the moon and to safely land. So essentially at that time, when NASA was still trying to land people on the moon or be able to orbit the moon and actually have a safe entry into Earth, they were struggling with their calculations. So this brilliant woman, she essentially worked towards, what did I say? She studied how to use geometry for space travel. So essentially, she figured out the path for the spacecraft to orbit around Earth and to land on the moon. So they just
Guys,
used her mathematics.
Did she also help
Yeah,
with
I
the how
don't
to
know.
fly with the broom?
no,
I guess this
Have you
spacecraft.
no,
seen a broom
no.
fly?
No,
Have
no,
you seen
no,
a broom
no.
I
fly?
don't know. It's a
No,
science.
Tavis is hating now.
He's
I'm the
hating.
moderator here.
He's
I will
hating.
protect you, Madam Speaker.
But yeah,
Guys, can you?
if you are
No, I was
able
trying to take a shot.
No.
Take a shot.
For
if you are
me.
able to,
You're drinking.
and I think the best part about this is that she's not like old school. Like you're Schrodinger's for how
It's a
long?
legend.
Legend way. But
Legend.
anyway,
Not the
she's
best, but your
she's
work
pretty,
is alive.
she's
Guys,
pretty
I need a haircut.
Before you become a legend, go to Legends
There's-
Barber.
She's
There's
pretty
some
new
road.
school.
Yes.
So
There's some potholes.
they are dinosaurs. Eventually.
Yeah,
Hey,
no,
guys.
but I like the weapon that is the Mbokoto that Mpenyo is bringing to the table. Guys, can you?
Guys, my number
I
one.
see a
Wait,
fighting.
wait. No.
Okay,
no.
okay.
There's also a movie actually that emulates her character and her work so well. The movie is called Hidden Figures and it is starred by what was his name?
Taraji P.
Thank
Henson.
you. Yes, Taraji P. Henson.
Guys, I only know
Brilliant
157.
job.
What are you talking about?
You know what?
I know Kings of Joburg.
Kings of-
Guys,
I've heard about that movie.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's,
I think I
it's,
should
it's a
do
great
that.
movie.
No,
It's a
Actually,
It's not
it's a
fair.
movie that we should recommend for anyone with a passion in the science field.
in the
Just-
STEM field, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those good movies to watch.
It
I
was one of-
remember
it's very
in the first
encouraging to-
in the other episode we shot, we actually made reference to the atomic blonde.
Blonde.
So maybe it must be a thing that every time
what's the movie
we
that
must
to
just
watch?
align.
Yeah,
Yes, we must
yeah.
just
So
align something
that's
with
that's
them.
the movie to watch.
Yes,
Jackson.
definitely.
So the movie is called
Most
Hidden
definitely.
Figures.
Yeah. Guys, I don't know.
I know.
Opinion. She just might.
Yeah,
She
no.
just might. I
It's a
don't know.
shift,
I don't
it's a
know.
shift.
It looks like
Can I just on that?
Yeah.
Maybe so that because me, I'm not memory wise, my attention is not good. So maybe of these two, number 4 and number 5, can we agree from the list we just dropped, and then we can take others. Others can fall. Maybe go number 3, number 2.
Yeah.
Don't know. So can we agree? Because I think the person you just mentioned,
Definitely.
Lady Johnson,
Catherine Johnson.
Catherine Johnson.
Definitely on the top 5 for me.
Catherine Johnson, I will put her as my number 5,
Yeah.
and then.
No, we're not ranking them yet. We're just throwing those names into a pool that's gonna
Yeah.
make the top 5.
Oh,
So,
because I
yeah.
was worried that because I'm gonna.
We're gonna
No,
forget,
we'll
but we'll
rehash
remind
it.
each
It's
other.
fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So,
We're
so we
gonna
continue
forget.
then.
Yeah.
All right, we continue.
Yeah.
Who can start?
Okay, I can start.
Oh, okay. Then
I'm
I'll start
reshuffling.
From Louis,
But then now
from Louis
I
Pasture.
I can't
Guys,
reshuffle the
yes,
cabinet
I don't know.
now.
the cabinet.
I
That's
can't
why.
Booze
I had a
coming
big
with an
cabinet.
arsenal here.
That's why I had a big cabinet.
Okay. I think it's number 4, number 3.
Number 3.
Okay. Number 3, I have a theoretical physics by the name of Niels Bohr. If you know physics, you know Niels Bohr. Yeah. So.
Unfortunately, you're gonna have to know him.
I have him at number 3.
The
Yeah,
atom guy.
Yeah,
By the way,
Niels, aka Bohr.
Yeah.
Yeah, who Niels?
the father
Hey,
of
I know,
atomic
yeah.
science.
I know. As Boo, I
you
see
can
you.
you can dab
Boo,
it
Boo
then
showed
Buddha,
up.
Buddha can do this.
Boo showed up today.
I mean,
Boo
I'm
showed
an
up
atom,
today.
you know, so
That's the guy.
yeah, that's the
Ah,
guy.
Buddha
you know,
showed up.
that's
Ooh,
the guy.
Buddha showed up. I don't know who you have, but I don't know. I don't
even-
know.
I
I'm
don't have the
worried.
father of an electron.
You
I
know.
don't know.
You see,
I'm worried.
even in my
worried.
reshuffling, you know,
Yeah.
so it means I got debt. you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. The squad there.
Yeah, the squad
Ah,
there.
nah.
I'm worried. I'm worried. Boo is pulling out the big guns.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's famous for his bomb model of an atom,
Yeah.
which is what generally we have today, generally accepted model of an atom. But his contributions are in the quantum theory, the quantum physics realm, which I think is it's a very big contribution in understanding quantum physics.
Okay.
Especially if you move to the applications of quantum physics now. So,
Buddha, maybe you may want to explain that the quantum you are talking about is not the other quantum.
Not the T.
no.
The 14-seater. Is it 15 or 16-seater?
The 16.
Hey, I mean, it might be a 15-seater or 16-seater, but it just depends on the mood of the driver, you know.
I mean, it's thermodynamics.
You know, as long as the space, you know,
It's
you
a
can,
net.
you can always
Yeah.
be there, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen quantum taking 30 people adults. So, I mean, it's optional. It's optional, you know. Yeah, but I think for his contribution, and it's a very significant contribution in terms of being recognized as a scientist, and also considering that he actually worked with a lot of prominent scientists in his institute, the Bohr Institute of Physics. A lot of scientists did their fellowships there. They came up with discoveries, you know, through him, you know. So his contribution is in a variety of fields of physics, but for the very fact of the contribution of atomic physics, now the atomic structure, the early steps of understanding an atom, you know, which is where we actually propose the energy levels in an atom, and the electrons, they exist in different levels, and, you know.
And their pole density.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but yes, they are revolving around the pole, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my number three.
Yeah.
So my number 3. Actually, when I think about it, my number 3 and number 4 should be swapped. But anyway.
Okay.
So
Take a taking already.
I know I thought of other names, but then I was like, you know what? Let me stick to my list. Let me stick true to why I actually made this list. So,
Yeah, well, I think for the list, it must also resonate to you.
Yeah.
Based on what you
Yeah,
think. I mean,
yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, these guys, all of them, they had significant contribution, you know. So based on how you think when they reflect on your side.
Yeah,
you know, so
yeah.
When you do music, it must.
don't feel intimidated.
Don't do it for
I was thinking
for the
no,
trend.
Don't feel intimidated.
Now these guys are going with the list that the internet will definitely provide you. I'm like,
But
nah.
don't feel intimidated. You know.
No, I'm
Now
standing
whatever
firm on
comes
my
to
ground.
mind.
You see, I'm
Yeah.
going back to my list. Anyway, so my essential number 4, but because they're coming up in the third place, we'll just swap them around. So this guy is Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
What, Degrassi? Was Drake or what's happening? I hate Degrassi. Degrassi used to act, I mean, Drake used to act in a
Drake's grass or something. I don't
in
know.
a
Drake
series
is
called
cutting the grass.
Degrassi. Or
In
who's
his
this guy?
mention.
Yeah,
Maybe it's the guy who came up
he's
with
the
the
gardener
Guys,
for
no,
Drake.
no.
Chinua Katanjwa. Grass cutter.
No.
You see that thing? It's
Mr.
that guy who
Pi-
came up with that
Habizo.
thing.
No.
You find it
No.
You find
No.
it
Who is this
no.
guy? But that
He
name
shifted.
sounds.
He's
No.
different. You can think about it.
Listen.
That
Listen.
Done everywhere.
that
Listen.
name
Everywhere
No,
in the
guys,
world, you
listen.
cut the grass.
sounds like
It's
you
fine.
made him up. That
I
what?
did not. I did not. He's a genuine scientist.
Yeah, I'm gonna
The
Google
grass
that.
cutter, the grass.
Okay, maybe let's give you an opportunity.
So this guy is Neil
Yes.
deGrasse Tyson.
deGrasse.
Yes, I'm probably butchering his second name.
It's even a Tyson. Yeah. This guy. So this guy is cutting grass and boxing at the same time.
I can't take you serious. No, oh my
It's you.
He's in the ring.
You, he's cutting grass and boxing. This grass,
It's very
Tyson
active.
grass.
It's very
At least he's cutting his own lawn. Anyway.
Yeah,
so,
but let's give you an opportunity. What did he do, Penny? Right? What did this guy do?
Yo, he is moving mountains, guys.
Even now.
He's bad, yes, even now, he
He's
is.
strong, eh?
What can you please tell us
He's
about
still
him?
alive, thank God.
Oh, he's still around.
Yeah, he's like
Okay.
new school-ish.
Shout out to Mr. deGrasse or
Beep, beep,
doctor.
beep,
He
beep.
said doctor. Ne?
Yeah, doctor. So this guy essentially, I mean, he's a physicist by profession, and he went on to study or venture into astrophysics or astrophysics.
Sorry guys, quarters are on the house by the way.
Exactly now.
We're in the house.
We're gonna share that one.
Yeah.
You
So-
decided to leave. We're gonna share it.
So Dr. Tyson has essentially played a major role in popularizing astrophysical concepts and discoveries. So he didn't really discover things, but he made it very popular. He made it very layman's and more interesting to a point where it can actually resonate from anybody from a very young age to even the older people that have not even come across physics lectures or anything in terms of physics or your chemistry or the science field. He makes it so interesting to a point where he can even narrate a story for you about an atom or how an atom is born or how it comes into play, the functions that it actually does, or in different, for example, I think he was narrating this, what is it? Into the Cosmos, is it? Into the Cosmos. Yeah, it was a series about the cosmos.
Oh, so
Basically,
that's
it
the
was-
guy.
Yeah, the black guy.
Oh no, I know this guy.
Is it?
Well, I know the voice
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I've seen snippets of,
of the Cosmos.
yes,
Yeah, yeah. It's
No,
I, know
he
that,
makes
I
it
only
sound-
know that guy. The
Morgan
one who's-
Freeman.
Morgan
Yeah.
Freeman.
he's not a
Where's,
scientist.
where's,
He did have a series though. Was it a
yes,
series
about
or
God.
and besides God, but he narrated, I think, a Cosmos.
Yes,
Is it?
yes,
Yes, and heavens or
Something like
something.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that. So,
so
he's
that's the guy.
literally
Yeah.
famous for popularizing science by writing books such as the Pluto Files, and also his frequent appearances on televisions, like I've already mentioned, and by hosting the series, like I also mentioned, Cosmos: A Space-Time Odyssey. So it would be ideal to actually just check him out and actually check the series. Yeah, A Space-Time Odyssey. It's brilliant. It's so captivating. When he just explains or he just breaks down the cosmos and everything, outer space, it's so beautiful. You can literally picture it in your mind and actually understand how space works. To a point where I was so intrigued. I think it was in, let me not reveal my age, but during my first year, during my first year, I was so intrigued by black holes to a point where I just wanted to understand them without having to study the real physics, because I'm not really too interested in the physics and the formulas and the concepts, but more of ideologically sense and to visualize it for it to make sense to me, for me to be too interested in that field. So essentially, he has brought a lot of understanding and honed in a lot of people that wouldn't really rate physics or astrophysics in that manner. So yeah, he's actually my number 4/number 3. Yeah.
So your number 4/number 3 is actually inspired by Mr. Pius Stephen Hawking, because
Yeah.
you mentioned something about it's like quite interesting that we have two people on the list who inevitably their work actually inspired
Yeah.
each other. No, it's very interesting. Yeah, we should check him out, this guy.
Yeah.
We should really check him out.
I'm gonna do mine in just 1 minute. is
It's
In a
fighting.
minute.
Yeah.
Isaac Newton, sir.
Obvious.
Sir.
I was worried when
It's
those
number
names
two.
are gonna
It's my
start
number
creeping.
2.
I was worried.
Sir
Ah,
Isaac Newton.
that one needs no introduction.
No
but
need
None.
for introduction.
that one is
Because that one, he was
Ah.
explaining the science when it happened.
you know.
About the Sifat Esabotelebo
you
with the
know,
apple.
you know,
Sir.
you know, and then he saw the
And
whole
then he
thing
saw
when
And he said, no.
the pull him down
Yeah,
syndrome is
the
in the grass.
The gravity.
But Mr. Pai, if that's your number 2,
Yes.
I could easily argue based on impact as well.
Oh. I
Not
thought
that
you
guy.
said
Ah,
he's
that
number
guy is
one.
just in another world. He's out there. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
What about Galileo? Like,
He's there. He's
oh,
there.
so you can.
He just didn't make the reshuffle.
He's there.
Yo, so
He's there.
because I'm
He's
worried.
right.
He's there. I have
So
him.
you wrote him by pen.
He's there. You see, I knew number 1 was going to be that guy.
Eish,
Einstein.
yeah, number
So
one
I
is,
got my own number 1. I
Eish,
got 2
yeah.
number 1s. So.
Nah.
So I might as well drop number 1 also.
Just finish this
Yeah, let me
thing.
finish.
Wrap it up.
Galileo.
Wrap it up.
Ah, guys.
He was the
there you
pioneer
go.
who made fundamental contributions,
Yeah.
not only in physics, not
Aye.
only in maths,
Aye.
but in astronomy.
Yes,
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
And different
I also
places.
don't
Have
hear
you ever
that guy who was inspired by your guy now. It's the one who painted the Sistine Chapel. What's his name? This guy, man, he's the one who actually painted the Sistine Chapel, so he was the inspiration behind it. He's sort of a Renaissance man there. He's
Nico
a scientist, but
Nico Femi.
not
By the way,
Femi.
I
Femi,
don't
know
not
Femi.
Femi. But this list, yeah, no, there are too
My
many
list,
people.
by the way.
This guy, man, he wasn't in the
There's way too many.
Yeah.
Da Vinci.
Oh.
Leonardo.
Da Vinci,
Yeah, Da
Leonardo.
Vinci. I hear you guys talking, so
Yeah, so-
you could
so by
put him
Da
up there. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
Let me, on mine, so
Yeah.
I got Isaac Newton,
Yeah.
the guy who contributed to the laws of motion.
Ah, bona.
Galore,
Shout out.
everything,
Shout
momentum.
Shout
we talk
out.
about kinetic
Bona,
energy.
anything to
He's
do
there.
with
There.
movement.
Yeah.
That's your guy.
Yeah, if you
That's
want
your
anything
guy.
to
Moshi.
move, you ask that guy.
You'll move it
Yeah,
for
I'll
you.
move it. If you want it, we'll push the P.
Yeah,
you know
push
what
the
I
P.
mean. So then there's Galileo Galilei.
Ah,
That's my
definitely,
number 1.
definitely.
I wanted to put,
The old
but I
man
want
has
to
to
give
be
you
there.
guys an opportunity
Yes,
for
yeah,
this time.
Mr. Pai is just
So yeah,
he's
he's the
back.
man.
He's back, ladies and gentlemen.
So that
The
He's
gag
back.
is.
is
He's
The
back.
gag is.
yeah.
The gag is.
Yeah, he's back. He's
Yeah.
back. He's
You
back.
can't, no, go ahead.
Finish.
Go ahead. Oh, you're done.
I'm done. I got my
Okay.
number 2
You.
is Isaac Newton.
Ah,
My
okay.
number 1
Should I
is
go?
Galileo Galilei. Yeah.
Hi
So I should
guys,
say my
I
number
don't
two
know.
and
You're
number
gonna
one?
have to top that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna
So
have to
my
top that
number
list.
2 is a very, very young at heart.
Oh, Ed had. Oh, because I was worried.
Get to midlife crisis.
In a converter. I'm sure this is a he. This one.
With
young
the
and
sports car.
hot. It says a red one with drop top. Chief.
You know. But anyway, so my number 2. What are you reading?
Oh, it's just, I'm done.
Anyway, my number 2 is Mr. Scottish. Ne? Okay, he's a Scottish lad. It's Alexandra Fleming. So
Who?
it's Alexandra Fleming.
Yeah, but
Fleming.
he does sound young.
Likes
That
the
one.
flames.
The name sounds very
No, he's
young.
actually
He's
actually
seen
like,
flames. That
The
one.
emoji.
No. He brought flames to the medical field.
Oh, he
He
did.
brought.
What did he discover?
You know what he discovered?
spatula.
Accidentally, so accidentally.
The ambulance.
The speculum. What? The
Discovered the
syringe.
ambulance.
He's the one who decided on
you
the
guys
sound
are
of
talking
the
about people that we are familiar with.
Who came up with the sound?
No blah.
It's that guy. He was flaming
Oh,
while he was
that-
inventing.
no.
He was on flames. Oh no, I think I know how it happened. This movie. He was on flames, so he was crying. This guy. Woo! And then they decided to adopt. That sounds.
Guys,
I'm surprised. No, we
that's
see
the
this guy.
podcast sound by the way.
This flaming guy. Where do you get these people? Why are you getting this?
It's too hard.
I think
man.
it's
It's too hard.
exotic.
No. Guys, give me a chance.
Paprika is nothing.
I
Give
call.
me a chance.
I think you know. No.
Give me a chance.
Yes,
Extra.
we are listening.
Give me a chance and listen. Educate yourselves.
What did you do?
Nah, stop talking about the people that we already know.
Oh.
We need to start talking about the people that need to get their flowers, even though they're not even here.
Yeah, definitely.
Sharp.
definitely.
So Alexander Fleming is a Scottish, right? And he made major contributions towards the medicine field, more of the microbiology side, right? So he accidentally discovered. Okay, let me
Was
give
he
you.
in an
Let
accident?
me give you the
That's why the
backstory.
ambulance. Okay.
Let me give you the backstory. Why is all this about ambulance?
Woo, woo.
I can't take you guys anyway.
Sorry.
I cannot
we are,
take you
we are
guys
paying
anywhere.
attention.
It's those lights.
Anywhere.
The blue
La
lights.
Sala.
You
La
came
Sala,
up with the
I'm
blue
telling you guys.
lights.
He's the one.
So, Alexandra Fleming, right? So this guy was recognized for accidentally discovering penicillin, and this was through
So it was an accident.
Yeah, but
yeah. So essentially, what he was doing, he was actually investigating Staphylococcus bacteria, and he was growing them in his petri dish. So by mistake, he didn't cover the petri dish, and he discovered that there was mold growing on the bacteria petri dish, right? So when he was investigating this mold, he decided to isolate it and just see why is it that when this mold actually grows, some of the bacteria it dies, or we can say these are your, if you want to be a bit technical, these are your gram-positive bacteria. They would die off. So he further investigated why is that this mold, whenever it's present, the gram-positive bacteria dies. So if it's gram-positive, it will show a brighter color of the bacteria that you are actually investigating.
Okay.
He literally just investigated a certain bacteria. It was growing mold because accidentally he didn't close the lid right. That's the
Yes,
accidental part.
yes,
And
yes.
then that's when he essentially saw that, okay, this mold is actually, it has an effect on certain bacteria, which is now dubbed as penicillin.
What is penicillin?
Penicillin is just the medicine that has active ingredients that can actually fight against bacteria or infectious
Antibiotic.
bacteria.
So it's
It's
an
an
antibiotic.
antibiotic.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So
okay.
essentially, well, I mean,
No, I
from
understand.
just discovering penicillin, then you already
Do
know
other things.
you already know that you are now offsetting millions of people from dying by actually producing this medicine on a large scale. So
Yeah,
was
that
his
one,
contribution.
that one,
it-
I
still
agree.
It was manufacturing in a bank.
yeah,
By
essentially,
accident.
yeah.
Accident.
Yeah.
So that's why it's the
No,
ambulance.
not even anymore.
As long as you can learn something.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
I mean, a lot of people accidentally discovered stuff,
Yes.
not intentionally.
I was actually gonna liken him to, okay, but maybe it wasn't that bad. But you remember that story of Wilhelm Röntgen,
Yes,
who
yes.
discovered
Yeah,
X-rays,
yeah.
Aha.
because he was constantly exposing his hand to
Yes,
X-rays,
to X-rays,
X-ray
like,
beams. You say, oh, this thing I can actually see inside
my
my
hand.
hand. Can't you know it?
It's exposing
There was
the
overexposure
radiation.
then, of radiation.
Overexposure.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And
No,
a lot of the scientists in the radiation field
Yeah.
actually succumb to certain
Radiation.
deaths due to radiation exposure.
yeah, but it's good that technology actually evolved and safety is now
It's
paramount,
paramount.
especially within the nuclear sort of field. So
Yeah.
it's
But
good to
if
see
you
this
think
develop.
about it, I mean, even poisonous chemicals, unfortunately, back then, someone had to die.
Yes, in
Yeah.
order.
to discover
You
something.
know, especially before we had the understanding of the interaction with the body.
Mm.
Yes, you know, you never knew until
It happens.
It already
So,
happened, yeah.
There's a lot of
It's a
accidents,
pretty trial
but
and
then you
error.
learn something from
From
them.
it.
Yeah,
from the
true.
future.
It's like being a teenager.
Mm.
You just discover.
Anyway,
Just-
so for my number one,
You're still thinking.
That is obvious.
yes.
It's obvious. Okay?
Miss Marie Curie.
Oh, ne, Mbogoto. Bogoto. Ah, no, that one. I
You
salute.
know.
Guys, I don't know.
She has to.
I don't know who you
She
have.
has to.
As good.
She
I don't know if you can top that one.
If you don't
I
take
don't
him, I
know.
take him.
I feel the pressure.
You must take the
I
guy.
feel the pressure. I feel
So
the
essentially,
pressure.
Marie Curie decided to explore uranium and its mysterious rays, as she had noticed that it does emit a lot more radiation than your normal or your pure uranium. And I think they call it pitch blende uranium ore. So, which led to her actually discovering radium. And with that, with her work alongside the husband and Mr. Becquerel, they essentially worked towards winning the Nobel Peace Prize. So yes, she is very key. And then on top of that, to honor her, we have the IAEA. We have a scholarship under her name, basically.
The Marie
That's how-
Curie scholarship.
Yes. So that's how important and very pivotal to the science community and physics and radiation science.
Yeah.
How important she was. That was the number one.
Ah, guys.
So that's number one. You've done your number one.
Penyu is killing me.
Oh,
No. I just
He's
need
doing
to-
number two and he's number one now.
Okay. No.
Let's
You're
see.
getting in there, Penny. You're
Yeah,
getting
no,
in
yeah,
I'm
no.
there.
Ah, you did the
Yeah.
most.
Ah,
You're
she's
getting-
killing
you're
me.
getting
I
in
know.
there.
That
Yeah.
list
That one.
is
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah. Okay.
This is
okay.
nothing.
I mean, number two. After I cabinet reshuffle.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a new ministry.
Hey.
We have a
Ministry
new
of
ministry here.
Electricity.
Like us.
Yeah.
But sell him placard.
Yeah. Number two, I
Oh, I
have
thought you were saying Minister of Cables.
Hey, maybe that's coming. Who knows?
anything is possible here. Anything is possible.
Cable.
At number two,
Yeah.
I have Walter White, aka Eisenberg. Eisenberg. Carl Eisenberg.
Pusha the ice.
Ah, that one.
Yeah.
Eisenberg.
Ice boy.
That one.
Eisenberg. Ice boy.
Ice boy.
Yeah,
Bottom of the barrel.
We are moving.
Bottom of the
We are
barrel.
moving.
Are we?
So he's also a theoretical physicist. And he's very instrumental in the quantum physics, particularly quantum mechanics. I think he pioneered quantum mechanics by way of approaching it with matrices. So
What is matrices?
matrices? It's another
The
field of
Matrix.
mathematics.
Neo.
Is
Neo.
Not the matrix, not the matrix.
But the
But,
matrix.
you know,
the different shapes.
yeah, you could explain quantum mechanics, by way of matrices. Actually, a lot of mathematics involved there. Yeah, but he also has contributions in atomic physics, subatomic physics actually. Because at the quantum realm, you study particles at subatomic level.
Yeah.
So he has contributions there, and also
It's almost like deep hip hop.
yes,
Subatomic.
yeah, it's a subgenre. It's in there.
Submarine.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Within.
Within.
Yeah. So
Let's say.
he's
Yeah.
also propped as one of the important people, in the planning of the Germany's nuclear reactors.
Oh.
So he's one of those instrumental people,
So wait, is this the guy who
Came up
told
with
you?
the reactor.
Is this the guy who told you the more you try to see an electron, the more you can't
You
see?
can't.
Because the closer you get, the more energy you give it, and the more it runs away from you.
So you can't get close to
You
it.
can't get
Yes,
close.
it is him. It is him.
He's also
It's
famous.
Heisenberg principle.
I'm asking.
He's also famous with the uncertainty principle.
Yes, that's
Yes,
it.
that's the one.
Uncertainty
The
principle.
That's the Heisenberg.
That's the guy.
Ah.
No, the way you mentioned it,
Yeah.
opinions you know. You said ice boy. So
Yes, he's a nice boy. He's a nice
He's
boy.
not pushing powder on him. Yeah,
Hey, that guy,
he's
man.
famous with it. Uncertainty.
He came with
Yeah.
the probability and all those
Yeah,
things.
that one.
You know, stats SA, they learn from this guy.
Yeah,
It's the guy.
because it's essentially, especially if you think about it, if a car is approaching, I mean, with an instrument, you
Yeah.
can tell its position, you can tell its speed.
Mm-hmm.
But at the quantum realm now,
Yeah.
that is not possible.
At
Yeah,
the same
you
time.
can't measure something whilst it's moving.
If a neutron is moving,
Yeah.
if an electron is moving,
Uh-huh.
you can get the speed,
Yes.
but
you
not
can't
its
get
position.
Not the position.
Yes.
Yeah.
What you
So
were
it's something
saying.
like that. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of uncertainties there. So he's the guy, to propose that theory of uncertainty.
But it sounds like there's a lot of statistics also involved. Around it.
That is
Definitely.
Which is why I'm wondering now, since we're talking, you had a guy who also thought about statistics a lot, but I'm
Yes.
also thinking about who's this guy, the one with the bell curve, Frederick
Boyce-
Gauss.
Boyce
Also.
Hall.
Yeah, and Frederick Gauss as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm also thinking, there are a lot of good guys that we might have left from the
Overlooked.
list. So.
That's why I think.
But look, the list are proper,
No, but I think
impressive.
for me, that's why I was saying that it basically who you can relate with, especially
Yes,
the
definitely. That's the
discoveries,
most
Yes,
important.
yes.
Yeah.
that are significant
Who
for
hits
you.
home?
Because
Yeah.
it's, when you say that, it makes me think of, and it's funny, I don't know whether this guy was actually a scientist or not. The man who made it possible for us to actually have telecommunications.
Oh, Bell.
Alexandra Graham Bell. When you're at school, you thought, okay, I discovered the telephone.
Yeah.
But you never know what he was, and what he was in terms of his approach. Much like the Wright brothers, you are able to fly now.
The ones who.
Yeah, the aeroplane thing, So it's
Mango
quite
day.
interesting.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
Mango day.
Okay,
So that's number two. Number
That's
one,
number
two.
two.
Yeah, number one, number one, number one,
Let's
number
see
one.
who's your
Can I
bottom
change my
feeder.
number one?
Number one.
You can.
I think
No.
I have to do justice here.
Mm.
Guys.
You must kill
Please
it.
do it.
I have to do justice.
Do it.
Don't
You must
bring
kill.
Einstein
Do it.
guys.
Do it.
It has to
Say.
be the
Ay, yo.
name.
Ah, come on.
It has to be.
It has to be Einstein.
It has to be.
Somebody had to say
It has to
his
be.
name.
It has to be Einstein.
Oh, the way I see it,
Yeah.
Buddha has on his list. There's two
MJ.
very
You know,
Kobe
Yeah.
and Shaq.
Yeah.
Kobe and
Shaq.
Shaq. Yeah, no,
It had to be
yeah.
Einstein.
Yeah.
You know.
Definitely.
I got LeBron. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like,
Nothing like Kobe.
You know, I was moving with relatable contributions.
Yeah.
And I realized these people are fighting. So I
yeah,
know from
you
someone.
pulled out.
Yes, Serena Williams. Yeah.
People have to, So yeah, I have my number one here.
Yeah, no, I definitely
So I
Buddha
rate you.
is definitely two in the top five. Definitely two in the top
So I
five.
didn't,
So-
I
so-
didn't come to play. I didn't
Yeah.
come to
Now,
play.
now we start now.
Start
From
with
number
the
five.
pool, yeah.
Yeah, from
the
number
pool
five.
of people, if I've been listening, we're trying to come up with a solid top five.
Yes.
You
No
know, in the
sentiments
overall
involved.
group.
Across. Yeah.
No
Nah.
sentiments involved.
No sentiments involved.
Nah.
This is purely out of, and how well you guys were actually able to sell your guys.
Yes, yes.
And this is
I didn't have to sell mine.
it's purely out of the impact. I think one of the key aspects of how we're gonna judge this is based on the impact that these guys had. So for me, who definitely will make it into the top five.
You know what we could do?
Yeah.
Might also discover that.
It say all number fives. And
All
then
number fives.
And then we.
Two fall out.
I don't.
Yeah.
And
two
then we
fallout,
actually
yeah.
literally just go there.
Yeah, we
that
go
way.
like that. Yeah.
But then you're gonna have to read the list again because
No, we just read the names, it's cool.
yeah.
I
no, it's
forgot
We're giving
mine.
you the
Yeah,
people
it's
who
fine.
Who was my number one?
Kevin
So
is
number
reshuffled.
five. Let's read all the number fives.
My number five was Pythagoras.
He's out because you said he's the Christopher Columbus
said
of
he's
the
a-
mathematics
He
world.
said he's a
So he's not there.
He's that guy's
I have Miss Rosalind Franklin at number 5.
Yeah, I think
DNA.
I think
Your very
DNA is
existence.
Yeah, then
definitely
I had Schrodinger.
definite needs to get in a box.
Yeah.
So I
But
think
what if we move Schrodinger up?
mm.
To number
Ow.
four.
and
is
then
he
bump
worth
Wu.
bumping him
Out.
up though? Or
Let-
it's
Bump
just
Wu.
No, we put him in the pool. It comes-
Yeah, we'll just
Yeah.
decide in the
So-
pool
so we
which
can
names
make
are
it
left.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
can
So
be
so
number
now your guy is out.
Aye.
No,
We
he's
have-
in the number 4 pool.
Who?
Schrodinger. So he,
No, the
No,
guy,
no.
Pythagoras
He's
is
just
out.
lurking.
yeah, Pythagoras is out.
We are
I
dropping.
get it.
We are dropping.
No, I
Number
it.
six.
agree.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
number six.
So you were saying, why don't we put Schrodinger into number 4?
No, we'll
category?
decide when we get to the number
It's
4
fine.
if he's gonna make it or
Okay,
not.
so
The
now we've got
arbiter
2
will
number
decide.
4.
We got 2 number 5s.
Okay.
Ne? So we're gonna go
We crunch
until
and
we
crunch
have
and
5
crunch.
people
Okay,
at
so
the
now-
end of the day.
Oh, okay.
So
now-
what I'm thinking is we're throwing in a pool, we just pull out names, we decide where we put them until we get
Cool.
5 people and then we rank them in terms of,
Cool.
you know.
Okay.
So now we have,
We go to number
do you have a
4.
pen
That
somewhere?
There's
So
2
we'll
number
have,
4s.
yes,
It's,
it's your guy,
Johnson and
No, we are still at number 5.
and
we're still at number 5.
yeah.
We have Schrodinger, we have
Franklin.
And
Franklin.
Franklin. Oh,
So they will
It's
definitely
Franklin.
make it into the pool.
yeah.
And based
Then we
on
go to number 4.
yes, now we go to number 4. So we'll just take it like that
Yeah.
until
Number
we'll be
4.
saving them.
Mine
Number
was
4.
Degrassi, Tyson.
Oh, Drake. Oh, you,
Yeah,
the
Drake.
grass cutter.
Drake.
Oh,
Dr. Tyson.
Breeze, breeze.
the grass cutter. Yeah, no, I have respect for that guy.
Mr. Into the Cosmos.
No, I have absolute respect for him.
Yeah,
Based
I
on
think
how he
mine,
explained
mine
it.
was Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking and who?
I raised Louis Pasteur, the
Ah,
French guy.
definitely.
Yeah,
The
so I
French
don't know
guy.
who do we take out.
Ah, Louis Pasha's gone.
Louis
Pasteur.
Pasteur.
I knew it.
Ah,
Hi.
no.
Yeah, that guy can't be gone.
What do
I
you
agree.
mean?
Who do you have? Who do you have?
Stephen Hawking, he's definitely in there.
The thing is, it's too tight, and it's
So
also
yours
in,
is-
in
Bang,
different
we're gonna
fields.
drop one person.
Mine is Tyson.
So
Tyson,
who-
what did he discover?
Putting
remember
his
the
energy.
class.
Yeah, because that's what you want
That's
to remember. Anyway,
Okay, okay.
It's
it's
the-
just the impact
yeah.
that he's bringing into the physics field and actually
What
letting
was the
people
impact?
in.
Penicillin. eh?
No, he's the guy
You're
who's
not
able to
hungry.
break the cosmos down to a level that you can understand and
I know,
inspire
He's
interest.
literally bringing
The
physics
guy
to
to the
you.
yeah,
I would take that guy to number 5. Who?
yeah, actual,
it's out.
actual.
Yeah.
Actual.
Okay, put him
out.
in number 5
Eh,
too.
eh.
He
He's
should
out.
he should have been a number 5
We are
for
narrowing
you.
down here. He's
And
out.
your Pythagoras guy, I don't know.
Yeah,
Pythagoras is out.
He
Pythagoras
mustn't
is
even be
out.
on the list.
No,
No, then
so in number
we
4,
can still put him in a pool then.
let's do
We
this.
And
can
then
put him in a pool. We
some-
can actually your number 4s are solid.
Yes.
I think they're solid.
Let's take him to number 5.
Yeah.
Pool, and then let's now discuss number 5 again.
Mm.
So now we've
Franklin
got 3.
against who?
So we've got 3. We've got Franklin,
Franklin,
we've got
Tyson,
Schrodinger.
and Schrodinger.
and Schrodinger.
Yeah. Who do we?
He can't hold a candle to Schrodinger and
That's what I'm saying.
That's
He's
the thing.
out.
he's out.
He's out.
No, but based on what?
He's out.
Impact, like we say.
Impact is very different.
Yeah,
Tyson is very impactful,
yeah.
in my view. That's why
No,
he
but
made it to my list.
All right, no, it's fine. In that case, if let's say for the interest of
Or in the miscongeniality,
we leave it to her.
something like that.
Okay, let's agree that now he takes number 5, and then our guys now I don't know we'll
No,
put them under
but
Babylon.
also not kick Schrodinger over Franklin.
No, that's what I'm saying. We can
So
we can
Tyson
take out,
doesn't hold water.
we can take
between
out
the
Schrodinger.
Between the
guys.
two
That's
is
the
yeah.
thing.
Let's
But
Up at the list,
he did it
remember
different way.
that the more we go up,
It's
the
gonna
more
be
it's
Yeah.
tough. So it means if he's not making it on his own level,
it's gonna be tough.
because I
Okay,
mean
it's fine.
Schrodinger
I
is
know we can
Schrodinger.
give him a
Let's-
I'll
let's
give
give
him
him
a
number 5.
miscongeniality level.
I can give him number 5 for my Schrodinger. Schrodinger can go out of the list under the under. Although I feel
But not for Lady
Schrodinger.
Franklin.
Yeah.
But not for
Because
Lady
not
Franklin.
Schrodinger, that's the thing.
I disagree with bumping Schrodinger out.
You get
There's
Okay,
no,
we can put Tyson High as bubbling under. Like
Yeah.
we notice. It's
look,
just
we're not
that-
taking anything away from
yeah, we
the
can
work
put him
he
under,
does.
under bubbling under.
yeah.
Okay, okay. So number 4 is 2 people now again.
Yeah.
So it's Hawkins and
Louis Pasteur.
Louis Pasteur.
And you wanted to remove Louis Pasteur.
And then we go to number 3.
The
Who's
guy
number 3?
who-
I was just
the
poking at it.
Who was number 3?
Number 3,
I have Niels Bohr.
ooh,
Guys, who did I have as
I
number 3?
have Miss Catherine Jones.
Out.
definitely. No, that one I disagree with.
That's what I'm
Right,
saying.
Isaac Newton.
Guys,
Number 3.
They are
you
all
know,
E.
this
You're
list,
taking chances.
this
They are
list
all
is
E.
not different criteria. It's the
Hey,
playing field
yeah,
is not
no.
level. That's the
It's
the
not
problem.
level. No, but it's not
It's
level.
It
But,
is what it
not
is.
level.
Ah,
but you are just narrowing
you
down.
did.
We are just
I
narrowing
will
it down.
never narrow it
Yeah,
down.
I
There's
definitely
Newton, there's Catherine. Like I said, it's purely based on the impact that you made. It doesn't have to be
Yeah, no.
academical. It has
No,
to
but,
be the
but
fact that
if there's
you
Newton,
are
I mean, I'll go for Newton.
Yeah.
Impact wise.
I think I missed one number.
Again, remember we said
think I missed
one of the criteria we were using is popularity as well. So your impact would have been based on the fact that because of the work that you did, even small kids in school know about you. So meaning you actually broke ground.
Yeah.
And Newton definitely,
he's the
definitely.
ground.
So on
But
the
she's like upcoming because
Yeah.
nowadays they're exposing kids to like
Yeah.
your black excellence.
I
and
think we
whatnot.
can keep Newton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
keep-
So
keep
Niels
it.
Bo is your number.
Number 3.
Yeah, Munna, you put that guy number 3. Yes. Yo.
Because
Number
like,
2.
Like I also said, I was trying to shy away from the real old schools.
Newton. So number 3, we're moving with Newton only now.
It's
So-
Newton. Okay.
Only.
Yeah.
Even my nails for the
Yeah, no,
he sees dust.
Yeah, no, he does.
Yeah, he sees dust.
So Tebza, you can
So-
for definitely number 3 is Newton,
So number 3 is Newton.
and then number 4 it's two guys.
Four.
Number
Yeah.
4,
Louis
It's
Pasteur
right.
and Steve,
Pasteur and-
Steve Hawking,
Pasteur and Hawking.
and then number 5 Kit
Schrodinger, and Franklin.
Franklin. And then we are going to number 2s now.
Franklin
2.
should take it. Franklin should take number 5.
Okay. Let's go to
And
number
honest.
2.
Number 2.
Very
come
nice.
So 3 is Newton again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Number 2, who did we
Fleming.
have?
I had Fleming,
The penicillin guy.
penicillin guy.
I realized I missed my number 2.
It was.
So my number 2 is actually Tesla.
Ooh. Yeah. By the way, how did that guy know?
I missed my number
Let's
2. I
let's
realized.
discuss this one. Aye. Let's discuss this one. Come on, Nicola cannot feature.
The stakes
you
are very
have-
high.
you have that guy cannot
The
feature.
stakes are very high. He had to go. He had to go.
Also, you had it.
He had to
I
go.
heard it, but
There's no way you can have him.
But guys, let's think about impact wise.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Everything you do lately,
Yeah.
Electronics.
It's
their
him.
phone,
It's
him.
him.
their electric motors,
Is
he's
everything.
the guy.
Yeah.
So he's definitely in the list.
Yeah.
Definitely in
So
the list.
that's my number 2. So
So your number 2 was
Eisenberg.
Heisenberg. And then Penge,
Yeah, no, Fleming.
Fleming.
I had Fleming. So I think
that's a tough one
Nicola
because that's
can take it.
there's
I can give it to
Nicola
Nicola.
is
Yeah.
he's the guy.
Yeah.
He's
For
the main guy.
impact, right?
Yeah, just
Impact
yeah.
wise, no.
No, he's relevant
Should be
even
up
now.
there.
Very much, yeah.
Impact wise, yes.
Number
Yeah.
1s.
Number ones,
Very
it was
Let's leave number 1 for the last.
yeah.
And then let's go back to
Number 5. Okay,
Reshuffle.
number 5
Number
because we still have 2 contenders.
Yes, yes.
But you know,
We have Schrodinger,
DNA versus
DNA versus the cat in a box.
a
Definitely
kidnapped cat.
Yeah,
DNA.
no,
a
DNA.
kidnapped
Definitely
cat.
DNA. I like
I
that
know.
one.
Even what's his name? What's his name? The rapper. What's his name?
Which one?
The American rapper.
Which one? Which song? Give me a song. I'll give you
DNA.
the name. Oh, DNA. There's a battle rapper by that
Yeah.
name. there. Yeah. The battle rapper by that name.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Kendrick
Lamar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah,
number
the
five,
song.
6, 6.
Yeah. So we
So,
have
I have one
Franklin
name
taking it.
in the bucket.
You have one name in the bucket.
Yeah.
Now we have Louis
when
Pasteur
I'm gonna move somebody.
and Stephen
Number
Hawking.
2. Oh, number
Louis
4.
Pasteur, number 4, and
Louis
Stephen
Pasteur,
Hawking.
Steve- Actually, what is Steve Hawking's contribution
Is in astrophysics,
Hawkins
cosmology.
Yeah,
radiation.
everywhere.
compared to
Compared to
virology?
yeah,
It's tough.
compared to vaccines.
To vaccines. You know some of these vaccines.
Not those ones. Not
Not
those,
the most recent ones.
not those ones.
Not the ones of yesterday. Not the ones of yesterday.
But guys,
Not the
I
ones
think
of
we should
yesterday.
have I know.
This is
Tough,
unfair,
man.
guys. This is
It's
unfair.
totally unfair because it's different fields, and everybody's a good.
No, but it's
Yeah,
fine. It's fine. It's
No,
fine. You know what we're
impact,
gonna do
yeah.
afterwards.
Impact,
In terms of
popularity.
impact,
Yes,
we're gonna have the list, and then in terms of the if you want to defend your guy based on impact, you still can, and
Yeah.
we can debate about it.
Yeah, I can
But this is the final
I'm not,
one.
I will definitely defend Mario.
No, definitely.
Wait,
Yeah.
we are
No, we
still-
past
We're
just
still
Steve
at
Hawkins here.
Louis
That
Pasteur.
one we
We
are
are feeling the pressure already.
No, Okay.
Don't feel the pressure.
No, we are
Relax.
coming
We are
there.
coming there. Don't
Nah, now I already made my decision between Louis Pasha and Hawking.
Who?
Honestly.
Louis Pass.
I'm a very sensitive.
Oh, when you were there, I know.
Normally, but
So we can
Pastor
vote.
made.
Yeah, we can
No,
vote
no,
actually.
yeah, I'm not go for Pastor. Yes.
So it's past.
I'll take
Pastor takes.
Or you're gonna vote for yourself, obviously.
No, it's obvious.
Number two. Number
So
two.
Louis Pastor will
On the
teach
bucket.
Yeah.
all those Buddha statistics
moving.
are looking.
No, it's Buddha's moving. Yeah.
No, but impact.
Yeah,
impact,
impact.
guys.
That's the
Impact.
thing.
And then at
But also,
three,
impact is very.
at three, why do we have Newton alone?
Because he's
I know.
He's there's no
Stakes were
competition.
high.
there's no
Yeah.
competition. Yeah.
The
And
stakes
then
were
number
high.
two, definitely my man, Mr. Nicola.
Else, lah.
This is one of this guy. Ah.
It should be number
I-
one.
but he should be actually. You would have fought well. You would have fought well. Number one, who did we have?
I had to say. Einstein.
So, Mr. Albert.
Alberto.
Then, then there can't be another name after our.
Wow.
There's no other. There's no
Then the
other.
other two names will have
There's
to go
no-
people out.
Yeah, but look,
You had
who
your
are you
chance.
gonna pit
No.
against? Who are you gonna pit
You had your
against Einstein?
chance.
I'm listening.
I know.
And the funny thing is, Nikola Tesla actually had a higher IQ than this guy. Just that this one was more creative.
Yeah, this one was.
This one
He
just-
was out of the box situation. He was beyond bounds.
This one, no, you can't argue.
Very bounds.
So there you have it, guys. The top 5 list. Looks like Buddha.
No, let's hear.
Yeah. Looks like Buddha made a
most of
very.
the list.
The
He
ink
bet.
has not
He,
dried.
he bet on very good horses. At number 5, we have Buddha's Mr. Franklin. Number 4, we have Buddha's Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur. Number 3, the man of motion, the Isaac Newton.
Newtonian mechanic.
Number 2, we have Nikola Tesla.
Tesla.
I have respect for this guy. Number 1, the old man
Buddha.
himself, the goat.
Buddhas.
Is the Albert Einstein. Yes, Buddha, you killed him.
I know.
Yes, Buddha killed you.
But you know what?
Yeah.
I know, okay, no, it's Buddha. I know.
I measure it.
Alright,
No,
alright,
but
alright,
you
alright,
see,
alright.
for the very fact that I had
Nicola,
Tesla,
yeah.
you know, I had Tesla. It's just that also I agree. It's very difficult to narrow down
It's very-
5.
Yeah.
That impact wise, you know.
But can I say something with Peña's list? To be honest, man, I think for me it was the best list.
Yes.
Reason being, it was well thought.
Yes.
2, it was less in terms of in as much as we're talking about impact and popularity, I think yours was also of knowledgeable
Contribution
meaning
wise,
knowledge
yeah,
contribution because
yeah.
those are some of the people that we didn't know that we actually came up with. So I would say in my view, like, this is the best list we have, like, right?
Right.
So, but the list now. So, Tebza will call it out. Number 1 is
Number 1 is Albert Einstein. Number 2, Nikola
Nikola
Tesla.
Tesla.
Number 3, Sir Isaac Newton. Number 4, Louis Pasteur.
Pasteur.
And number 5,
Rosalind.
Rosalind.
Miss Rosalind Franklin.
Yes. So in this list, I think the one person that we can say we were maybe less aware of is
Rosalind.
Mr. Rosalind Franklin. But I think your list is the most impactful list because it had a lot of people that we did not know about that actually contributed. So I would say from a winner's perspective, Peña's list, in as much as maybe they didn't make it to the list, had a lot of knowledge to it. You know, it kind of given us more knowledge to it, even to the people who are
But
in the science era.
You know what?
Even your list is good because
Yeah.
your list also had people that we actually didn't know about.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
mine, I must say, was
Yeah.
not well thought.
Yeah, yours was for the guys who get pom poms every time.
Yes.
So if I was to make any addition then to the list, I think number 4 as well, a close contender would be Miss Jackson.
Catherine.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that woman literally made travel out of what do you call it? Very
safe
possible.
re-entry.
Yes, very possible.
And
So
money as well, ne?
yes, definitely.
She-
That one
she
definitely.
can easily compete to number 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would say.
definitely.
Even from number 2 up to 5, I think she can make the list. You know, so
Definitely.
well done to that as well.
So your list, you can only win because of the grandfathers. Of
I know.
With Galileo,
I know.
you always
forefathers.
you're gonna win.
Get my clothes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah,
this is a good list, guys.
So this was fun, guys.
Yeah,
I think
very.
we had so much fun.
That was too much fun.
Yeah.
Lighting.
I think we must do something like this once every often. Defend a project
Yeah.
in the energy space
Oh,
that
yeah,
is
yeah,
very
yes.
impactful,
And
and
just
we do
motivate
the
it.
same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
Would
so
be
probably
nice,
okay.
yeah.
In our next episode, then we can also like have
Upcoming.
different energy sources.
You know,
We
and
can
then we
debate them
defend, yeah.
1 to 5.
Yeah. You know.
quite
Yeah, actually, let's do
Actually,
that.
actually.
We should
Now
do
we're gonna
that.
be
That's the
fighting.
next one.
We are
Yeah.
going to be
Ah, I
fighting.
can't wait. This one, yeah, it's gonna be a
Yeah.
proper inset.
Actually.
That day, you guys will be projecting on slides here.
Of course.
We want proper
Of course.
information
We wanna see these things.
for the viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah. We must
For the
also
viewers-
get that information firsthand, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So there you have it, guys. There's the list. There are no winners here in terms of who compiled the list, but at least it contributes to knowledge. You know, I'm aware of people that I wasn't even aware of
Oh yeah.
in the beginning, and it
I
has enriched
thought
mine.
Louis Pasteur was just a
A
hospital.
hospital. Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you're not in that space,
Oh,
and you pass it every day.
Yeah, it's like-
Now when you pass it, you know, there's
By the way,
impact.
that
You
is-
know,
yeah.
oh, you guys,
Such a making
Yeah.
you are the
it's like
vaccines
why
guy.
not?
You know, so yeah,
I
no.
agree.
I know, Tabs, I think I can hand over to you, so
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
it's
Yeah,
fine.
guys, I think this was too much fun. We had our second episode. Please like, subscribe wherever you can. No pressure. This is at the reactor. Me, Pi in the energy mix. Retain.
We are with you. We are with
Yeah,
you.
no, we had to make it to the list. We had to make it to the list.
We made it to the
We
list.
made it.
Started at the
We made
bottom
it,
now.
we made it.
We
We made it.
Hey,
Guys,
there's a
just
lot
put
of
up-
Drake today.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Started from the bottom now.
Now we're here.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I didn't declare a winner. I guess I can't say.
Oh yeah.
There are no losers, but there's the winner.
The crown goes to
I don't need to see for this.
Game Ball, Spuda. Game Ball.
It's balling.
Are you all
Yeah,
done?
you know.
Yeah, I know.
I know
You
this
know,
was
the
fun.
hoop.
This
The
was
hoop.
fun.
Yeah.
This was fun.
I-
I came in hard. I knew what I wanted.
Wow.
And I went for it, you know.
You always knew that you were gonna win.
You wanna thank all the fans.
All my fans, you know, and all my air conditioners. So, you know, I'm a good guy. You know.
Yeah.
No, it was fun, guys. It was fun.
Yeah.
I know it was too much fun. Guys, we're out. This is Rangwan interview, so we're out. So see you in the next episode. Away.
Bang, bang.
Bye.
Ice boy.
Eyes, boys. You know what I'm saying?
Say energy ain't gonna be bad. You doing the most. Minerals for the nation. I'ma show what I have. Ain't gonna be fair. I be doing this, don't take me. Sacrificing for the money daily. Yeah. Someone get energy. Vulnerable to the technology. Society, public. I want you to learn that this energy ain't gonna be fair. Gonna be fair. Vulnerable to energy. Podcast. Hella kiss, young Hazard, this hella kiss. Energy, vacation, everywhere, townhouses, technology, electricity.